That's the real question.
So I think with PL, if he's not using, oh, is he using Lotus Fist?
He is. So we are, I mean, half of the variations that we've seen, I think officially on stream, have been base variations.
Yeah, I think the only customs we saw was in the first round match. And then very nice teleport there. No punish though from Nacho. So that's interesting.
PL tried a nasty conversion off that teleport hat too. That's
very nice punish.
Oh!
That was
Wait a minute.
very good.
It was as the hat was coming towards the front from behind, and I would have had the boldness to press right there. Whew. But PL says, hey, irregardless.
Regardless of that, Perfect Legend taking that first round, going in with the dive kick. Nice air-to-air, gonna get the conversion. Not gonna be able to fully convert. I think missing a little bit of bar there. Gonna go ahead and jump in. Nice, opening up.
This is just patented PL pressure here. That's a lot of P's, but he is going in right now. A lot of forward movement, and more so, forward jumping. He's being really active in the air. This is a flawless victory from PL to get started here on stream. Very aggressive moving forward, jump winning every air to air. He started that sequence off with a jump back. Kung Lao special. Saw something with dive kick.
Yeah, I think with Kung Lao, this is actually one of the better variations, especially before customs came out. I know with Kung Lao, the custom variations for him tend to be like Buzzsaw or I think Order of Light move sets that are into it. But PL actually going ahead and just using the base Kung Lao, what works, you know, don't change.
Yep. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yep. Whew. That hat is always so plus, and just look at this damage too, it's insane.
I'm shocked he broke after eating 364. PL was running low on resources. I would let the entire thing finish. Nacho here has some belief if he's gonna come off the two defensive bars this early. Don't know to confirm. Although, does that combo if you don't spin the bar? The spin, does that come on the spin?
So I think you can do like a couple of basic normals. You can't do a full conversion, that's gonna be like 30%, but I think you can do like a down one or something like that right after that you'll be able to finish properly.
Ooh,
PL going for a hard read there with that spin.
And a dropped punish too, but he tried a full screen. And I think that he read dive kick because
I think so too.
Not many things are going to out-prioritize dive kick. Maybe spin can do it.
Okay, that is a plus hat right there, able to do the down three.
You will be guessing.
Nice grab. Very good conditioning there from PL. And that is a crushing blow. It's definitely showing that Nacho's been trying to tech those grabs and unable to. And PL very good securing the second win in this set. 2-0.
Yeah, look at that laser focus. Knows that it's a long road here at Evolution. One game at a time. He's solid early on.
What's interesting too is that PL has been able to keep Nacho, I believe, at like layer 1 of Lao, right? So obviously it's pretty much the basic, getting the hat, doing down 3 right after, seeing if you're going to press. If you press, you're still getting stuck by the down 3. If you don't, then that gets into the strike throw situation.
And that throw's been mean so far for PL. He's mixed it in really well. Gonna get on some more offense. The forward just finds its mark there, and you want to break that because that's where all the damage is going to come. And PL's still super aggressive with the buttons. Just keeps finding the hits. He's not letting Nacho breathe, and this is patented style, but goes underneath his own hat. There's some big damage. Didn't fully cash out though. And PL, just like earlier, he got hit and would still try to steal his turn. He wants to be the one pressing buttons.
Yeah, something that Nacho's been trying to do, was able to do with that down 2 crushing blow, right? But he has been trying to actually press in the middle of, I want to say that throw hat toss into the string, and has been unable to successfully punish that, and PL's just been getting away with it non-stop. Beautiful.
And that may have gotten me to press too. That was an interesting stagger because you just assumed that they're going to change this and go for the plus rates.
There is an armor break, did not have the meter for it, but Perfect Legend able to get, I think this is not a flawless because I think he took a little bit tiny like bit of damage, but he'll be going 3-0 with that match.
Saki, we call that a flawless in the hood. That's all I'm saying. That anti-air, that down 3 spin. I've never, in my 72 years of commentating Mortal Kombat, have seen a Kung Lao down 3 spin anti. It was so gorgeous. It was so pretty. My reaction was almost unholy.
I love when, because there's a couple of characters that you can do like a full down 2 and then convert. So there's Lao that's able to, Joker that's able to just keep on going, and then the other one is Collector as well. That the optimal damage comes from doing a down 2.
Rain with bubble.
Rain with bubble is another one. Yep.
You won't see it, but
yeah, of course, because you know Rain's gotta go in. He's Adinian. We gotta honor the Adinian.
It's 2 slots. Okay, no, let's not get into it, Saki.
But regardless, those are characters that their optimal damage comes from doing the down 2 and continuing the momentum there, and that's very interesting. Oh, is this KP?
I see a wild KP on the stage, ladies and gentlemen.
I've seen KP practicing in the mornings. I think.
Don't lie to me.
No, I have.
I've
been tuning in on those morning streams because I'm working and I'm like, oh, it's KP's on. He has been on
I thought he was
MK11.
practicing for Rumbleverse. What's up?
That game's not out yet, I think.
I mean, points are being made. I guess since Mario Kart's not here too, KP was like, you know what, it's MK
or
time.
Mario Strikers either, yeah. No, but yeah,
still has a really good record in MK11.
Yes.
At offlines, at majors, the last offline EVO, if I remember correctly, and most times when I say that, I don't. I think he had a really good run. I think he was just outside of, I think it was in top 16 or just outside. He lost to like Gur in a game 5, or like he had a game 5 heartbreaker. That was either 4 top 8 or 4 top 16. Like he had a big run. He had a big run at the first combo breaker as well. And you just never know. KP can show up and shred.
Can I just show like my experience here, right? It is pretty cool that 2 years ago when I got into MK11, I saw KP on one of these stages, and now I get to commentate his match.
Yeah.
It is pretty overwhelming experience. It's a very like sort of like legend, just being able to see him play. It's very cool.
And his opponent's going to be OG Mike. Although I'm from the old era, I don't recognize the name. Is he an OG? That is the real question.
I mean, he could be original.
He could be.
You know, just
although
original in his style.
His name is OG Mike 407. So if you had to put 407 on the end, was it super original? Mike, I'm just kidding, by the way. I love you. Oh, KP. Okay, he found it. Broke out the.
Yes, there you go, right there. That's his kid. Oh, most adorablest thing ever. I can't wait to see his kid like just playing these games.
What's the word for something that's like out of prime, like pre-prime?
You know, I would if I read more and not read manga.
If I knew,
I would be able to tell you.
If I had any further understanding of the English language, I might be able to answer that question. I don't even know the answer to that question. I was trying to think of a good pun for like.
I know.
Katana Prime's kid being Katana something that's like pre-prime, but I couldn't think of it. That wasn't like, you know, when you think of someone's out of their prime, they're washed up. And I was like, I'm not calling a baby washed up because they didn't even have the chance.
You didn't even give him a chance. Oh, so this is going to be a Jade mirror match. Very interesting here. So we're going to see OG Mike on Jaded.
Wait, is this a match?
This is a match.
Did it just start with those down twos, Saki? Yeah. This is a Jade mirror. Where is it happening?
She needs it. This is part of the game plan, Aquaman, all right? And already, that's going to be plus of those razors.
Mike! Mike!
Mike! Block, Mike! Block!
He's blocking with his face! No!
That's the thing. Jade is another character that is able to just really check you. If you are pressing when it's not your turn,
you have to block.
She can take it. Really nice crushing blow, and that is going to be a nice conversion. Not going to be able to get the dump down two. And
oh, you cursed him. You cursed him. Jumped it down two, and it actually got punished by your down two. Welcome to the game. But you're right. She has some of the most advantageous situations in MK11. And speaking of advantageous, that most certainly wasn't, as the game didn't even know what to do. Finds a second Nitro kick in a row, and that's going to be all she wrote for game number 1. KP really setting the tone here early on. She's super plus on hit like you saw when she goes into the glaives. Those damn glaives as well on block are super plus.
Yes.
Why is she one of the only characters that can jump in with some plus double-digit numbers, Saki?
So,
I'm
listen,
asking you, so you have to answer.
No, I can tell you 100% here at EVO. All right, she doesn't do damage, so she needs those plus frames. That is all. I know you're looking at me, but you know I'm right. And there you go.
Man, that did Kotal's command grab. I don't want to hear it.
Really nice, flawless block there. Not gonna be able to convert off of it, but still.
I think he tried a fully optimal conversion too. I think 2-1 can kind of hit or like keep him in the air for a pickup afterwards too. I think he just went for a super optimal. Oh no. Oh no.
The down
This is abuse.
Nice. Flawless blocking.
All right, that was a little bit of a show off from KP, but you got to respect it.
Yes.
That's the mark of confidence, is when you can sit there not blocking at all, stand your ground, and just react to something. And in this game, the biggest flex I feel like is to sit there, do nothing, and be like, yo, what's up, do something, and then flawless block it.
That is a great crushing blow there, and that's going to be...
Oh, missed the glaive?
Another down
it was a setup. Saki.
That was a setup. That was indeed. I love the spacing right now from KP, understanding what Mike is doing, knowing the habits already, checking those habits in of itself. KP going 2-0 right now against Mike.
You're right. And to KP's credit, he has grinded an unholy amount of combat recently. And so he's able to, and when you get to the level that he's at, you're able to pick up on someone's tendency rather quick, whether it be a tendency of, in Mike's case, you know, in hit advantage, he's being really disrespectful. If I see that, I'm doing exactly what KP's doing. I'm going to do something that is hit advantage and keep swinging.
Oh, no. And even KP is just like, I can't believe it. One thing that I've noticed in KP streams is also the mental exercises he does during his streams and playing ranked. He trying to keep this cool. So for example, that fatal blow, right? That can really stress you out because you're like, I can't believe I just got hit by that. And he has to sort of check himself and be like, don't let that get to you. You still have that health lead. Play solid. Play layer 1.
And just like in any fighting game that's going to be here at EVO, there are things that exist that will make people incredibly furious. Oh.
All right, and here we go. We're going to go with that said. Nice staggers on the forward 2 right there.
Gets a miracle jump kick through that, but no conversion. Almost though, which is if he did something a little bit faster, maybe the back 2 instead of the forward 2. And then I think that KP's landed every time for KP in the conversions there. Got the guaranteed damage. Could have killed on a regular version. Oh, no! Oh! And if we had the brutality unlocked, you would have seen...
I have a feeling KP was trying to
some
do
nastiness.
I have a feeling that that's what KP was trying to do.
He was just hoping it was unlocked.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. No, but KP played super solid in that match against Mike, really catching on to those habits. Definitely tried to do some of the more detailed, optimal conversions. So, like, there was a part right there in this last match that he was able to do the jump kick and really get the conversion off of it. But like with Jade and some of those other characters, the timing on those execution is pretty tight. So it's really nice to see, though, that KP is looking super solid with his Jade. Yeah, going to be one of the favorites in that little portion of the bracket as well. Again, always a big threat is KP. You never know almost what form he's going to show up in. Almost like a Super Saiyan. Is he going to come in just out of the gate like Goku black hair? Is he coming in SSJ3 with the long hair? You never. Sometimes he's got the lion mane going. So sometimes he's got the curls. You never know with KP. It looks like he's playing well and off to a good start. Looks like all the veterans are off to a strong start here early on, and there's going to be a lot of that going on throughout the bracket, guys. Are going to be some of these vets going up against some of the young guns here in MK11. But before we get into some more matches, as I think the mighty Unjust coming up, and or his twin brother. Wait,
okay,
really?
I can't tell which one's which, but one of them is going to be on stage, guys. Coming up next, more Mortal Kombat on the way.
The EVO team would like to give a big thank you to Fresh Cut, the highlights partner of EVO 2022. Finally, a dedicated home for gaming best moments. Find all of today's top trending efforts, games, creators, and tournament highlights all in one place with Fresh Cut. Fresh Cut is the next generation creator content platform, redefining engagement between creators and fans to help communities build and grow. Remember to catch all the highlights this weekend with the Fresh Cut EVO 2022 Best Moments playlist, live each day in the Fresh Cut app at 1 p.m. Pacific. Check out Fresh Cut over at freshcut.gg/evo.
Dash up, back throw, the Mochi got off the corner. Oh, man, I got dropped. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Let's go.
Thank you to Hori for their continued support of EVO. They've been our supporters for countless years and have had top-notch fight stick and controller products for fighting game competitors. Their newest product is no exception, bringing you the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC. Check it out for yourself over at HoriUSA.com.
Just to hold it down, but right now Javier is playing so much emotion right there. He's getting at the KB from the spear, which is the first time we've seen that today. And over here he's going to confirm into a nice trick of damage. Afsana not opting to break any.
You following what's happening in Thailand?
Kids stuck in a cave. It's flooded.
It's a 5-hour dive. No visibility. Strong currents.
Hello! They're all alive.
Can we go out now?
How do you think we're gonna get those kids out?
No crazy idea.
It's unethical. It's illegal.
It's their only chance. Ray.
Too hungry. Javier calls it out. And now, that Spanish Scorpion. Now we're one round away from a reverse sweep.
Okay, Yasuo's gonna find himself a really important hit over here. Goes for the actable! Oh, I got ducked straight away. He does not have the bar to break away any of this at the moment. Javier gonna spend the 2-on-2. Look at that health bar tick down.
Oh! This just never ends. These poor characters. Oh! Wake up down 2! Savage!
And the 1-1 actually got...
Oh! Bloody hell. Oh, Cetrion, she's not
Someone
happy about that.
Right back into it. Still, though, only one game away for Ninja Killer to take EVO 2021 NA.
Oh, and we're seeing already, some more fireballs. I like this. It's a different change in pace. And that is one thing, we were talking about for the very start of the set is that Ninja Killer can change pace very, very quickly. And look at this. The zoning working really well so far.
Totally different player all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. And perfectly calling out the breakaway. No more defensive bar. And only... Oh, well, no, okay, now back to 2 offensive bars. But this is... Okay, a good first throw. Gotta readapt very quickly. You literally only have 1 game, which means you basically have 0 games to adapt.
Mm-hmm. Try to get there in time, not quite. Ninja Killer gains the corner for himself. Oh! Okay, it's match point. It's tournament point for Ninja Killer.
Oh my gosh, there's nothing worse than being flawless blocked in your wake up 3. And it was the first wake up in literally the entire tournament, I think, from Jukes. And it was flawless block punished by Ninja Killer. You said he's not a robot. You might be wrong. I might have to disagree with you there, but we'll see. Jukes has the pressure now.
Okay, we've had a couple of delayed grabs, and they have actually worked. Jukes here again.
Well, I like the delayed 4-3. He's trying to bait a micro duck, basically. Mm-hmm. Oh, gets the poke out.
Oh, chance. Yes. And Shakila holds on to the defensive bar.
Oh, I love that setup. Going for the 2 jabs for the maximum knockdown time.
He's dead. He's gonna kill himself. Oh, no. Okay, he died. Wow.
Okay. That was absolutely genius by Ninja Killer, spinning all that bar right there, but it still was hilarious that it lasted that long. But, oh no, what a way to start. This is still tournament points. Oh, good duck. Great duck. Huge. There is breakaway. He's going to break away, but he's still taking so much damage, and he's got to take the pressure in the corner over the goop.
Jukes did great damage, that even damage over time. Chance. He was almost there. Instead, it's Ninja Killer who gets a big opportunity, cashes out on the crushing blow. He's close.
Oh, what? The command grab catching from so far away. That was like footsie's range, but what a good read. He makes it, and Ninja Killer, with the friendship, is going to be your North American EVO 2021 champion.
Fight.
All right, all the same stuff going in. Again, though, the aggression starting off strong from Ninja Killer. I really do think he started to realize that he has to be more aggressive. No! Huge combo drop right there. I mean, that was a gigantic amount of life. And now, yeah, had to take some damage to get out of the corner. And by some damage, I mean like half your life.
Yeah, and that was actually a dash out of underneath of the leap in order to get that 3-4 punch.
He always has a chance. Okay, maybe not right now, but now actually coming from behind, Ninja Kill is now the one on match point to guarantee his spot and make it to grand finals. But Jukes just needs to readapt, just needs to find his space, find his hits. Ooh.
Defensive bar's gone now for Jukes. Ninja Killer with the knockdown. So forward again.
Oh, he wants to end it here. He wants to immediately. And this honestly has to just be basically knockdown and a knockdown. Yeah, no grab.
You got to take a forward throw, that's for sure right now.
Oh no. Oh no. Could this possibly be it? No, I don't think it quite be. I think only off the grab could you get that much, but this is going to be so close. And there's the next crushing blow. And now one more hit. Oh, the big drop. Wasn't able to get the 3-3-4, but there's still a chance. And winning this means that all those crushing blows are gone. That could be huge. Oh, the drop.
It's a huge opportunity for Jukes. No, the execution error is gonna lose it for him. The execution error when he had the chance to take the round and send us to the final round of the set. Instead, it's Ninja Killer taking it 3 games.
For SRU, switching to a different character. Right now going with Kano. I didn't see the exact loadout, but I'm assuming biomagnetic pull and acid and lumbar check. But let's see what he does bring to the table. Some Kanos like to mix it up just a little bit differently here. Ooh, gets the short hop headbutt here. Very risky stuff. And look at that. The first time he goes for the spit string. Killer Jinnok ready to duck under, ready to punish for full damage. That is not a good feeling if you're SRU right now. You tried to go with the Kano. You used a very specific Kano string, and Killer Jinnok ripped through it, read it like a book.
A near hood perfect here to get us started. A match point for Killer Jinnok. Gonna set Jackie ablaze.
Bet you might need.
Puts the pump on. Ooh, what a nice little conversion on the entire forward one. That was still sexy. And no, the first execution error we've seen from Killer Jinnok, I feel like the entire tournament. The down one command grab. Nice help lead for SRU. And this Kano is a different kind of offensive monster. That character that has actual mix-ups versus what he was attempting with that Kung Lao. He's gotten started here. But Jackie, when she gets
and we're back with some Mortal Kombat 11 action here at EVO. It has been insane with the amount of matches that we've seen today, including some epic names that we already know, right? With that, we have another epic name on our list up next. It's going to be the Mighty Unjust versus Dark Jack 128.
Sony, no stranger to EVO here.
Nope.
Right? Shouts to Sony for everything they're doing in the FGC. Ran a online series that the Mighty Unjust is 700-time champion of. I'm a little bit exaggerating, but not really, Saki. Won a lot of tournaments for ESL and Sony. Coming into EVO, has always been one of the favorites. Every single tournament that we host in North America, every single one, Mighty Unjust is one of the favorites. But doesn't have that big result that we almost expect, because that's the pressure that he's kind of almost, I don't want to say put on himself, but by winning, he kind of has.
Yes.
When you start winning, people get used to you winning, and they start projecting you to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think with Mighty Unjust, he's such an interesting player, because when we talk about like Mortal Kombat as just like the meta, right? A lot of the times, counterpicking gets brought up quite a bit, and Mighty Unjust is definitely one of the well-known picking those top tiers and really using those characters for all of their tools and what they're worth, essentially. And seeing Mighty Unjust not only online but also offline, it's actually really interesting. My first time seeing him was, I believe, at Summer Jam, if I'm not mistaken. And just to see his growth offline from then to now is actually really insane. I feel like what his biggest demon, in a sense, is the offline setting.
Yeah.
It's just getting into that mindset that there's a lot more happening than being online, obviously in the comfort of your own home, and just kind of straight up playing in a tournament for hours and hours, whereas in offline, you're around the very people that you're going through the bracket.
And you're sitting next to your opponent. You can feel the energy, right? You're there, absorbed by it. There's the pressure of knowing how many people are watching, not just online anymore. You know, there are people watching that are sitting, you know, in a chat from their own homes. There's people here watching. There's people behind your shoulder. If you're playing in pools, there's people that are a foot behind you screaming at the top of their lungs.
Absolutely.
And you never know what can affect someone that's used to a setting that's under their own control. And that's huge in the FGC.
Yeah, and with that, we see a very rare pick. This is going to be Spawn versus Cassie right now. Now, this is interesting because, like we were talking about earlier, Cassie's not the character with the most health, right? That's 950 health. Whereas with Spawn, he has damage.
He's got it all. He has it all, ladies and gentlemen, and he brought the necrotic pool. I don't even know what the name of it's called. I just feel like saying a really long, cool word right there. But he brought a unique ability that I've only ever seen Unjust break out. If Spawn is standing in it, watch his meter in the bottom left. You'll see it. I mean, it's a difference between a micro USB and a USB-C.
Yep.
That's all I can say.
Indeed, indeed. That is a very good throw to try to keep Unjust in the corner right now. There it goes. He tried to bring up the pool itself, trying to get out of that corner, but that low gunshot is definitely stopping him from doing what he wants. And a very nice counter hit.
Okay.
This is good right now from Darkjack, applying the pressure, going for a throw here, definitely keeping Unjust in this corner. Nice down one. Oh, this is going to be crushing blow.
He's dead. He's dead.
He's dead.
Oh, no.
100%
It was
dead.
the only thing. I mean, that was just... And when I say textbook, it wasn't even textbook.
I love how he knows. He
It's
knows.
the rule of law in this game. If Spawn's back is to the corner, and by no means, and that's the only thing that you need to look out for right there, is if Spawn's back is to the corner, in the corner, his forward throw becomes a launching KB that keeps you restood, and to have a nice day, there's nothing you can do about half your life disappearing.
Absolutely. And then
He's
another
abusing him in this
escape.
corner. This is jail, by the way. When it spawns 3-4 in the corner, he's just gonna bully you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, another grab. All right, I think we counted, 4 grabs right now. Are we gonna get another one? Nope.
Ow! But he shimmied him. He showed him the same exact thing, which was dash up in your face.
Yep.
Slight hesitation. Forward 3.
All right, canceling. I think he was trying to grab a shot at the low gunshot.
If only he didn't cancel, he would have been going for a ride.
Very nice. That cape is also such a good use of base control. Definitely catching you at the full length of it. And then of course that stand 3, another good button that Spawn has. Breaking out the pool to get the meter back. Look at that attack meter!
He's just like, I'm not even gonna deal with it. This is unnecessary.
I think that's
No, don't put out the arms.
Dark J definitely understanding that. What am I
Implement
supposed
the 5
to do?
Ds of dodgeball, my friend. Dodge, tuck, tip, dive, and dodge.
I think that's the first time I've seen someone just straight up not even wait for the damage to happen, right? It's like, I'll take the loss. Let me go back to
It was on the
character
second normal. He's like 3, 4, and we're just gonna go into the next one. Because that's what Spawn does. He just wakes up and he pukes damage.
Yeah, it's really hard to get out of that corner. Not just damage to those staggers. If you think about it, you have to stand. Mighty Unjust is not even on the layers of staggers. He's still on layer 1, which is just straight up checking Darkjack right there.
Trying to, look at that Darkjack. I think he thought that Unjust. I mean, he showed him some slight negative frames.
That pool no longer in effect, but look at his bar already back with 1. Trying to flawless block those projectiles. Very nice counter there from Mighty Unjust.
And the reason,
Beautiful flawless block.
that was ridiculous. The reason why you see Unjust go for a move like that too is because Spawn, when he's got the offensive bar, that projectile becomes a menace up close, becomes a menace full screen, and of course it gives him a launcher at any time. And so offensive bar with Spawn is him in the kitchen cooking up a storm.
Spawn is just cooking. Definitely looking really solid right here.
Oh!
That's another thing too. His projectile, I think, has some nice hit advantage where you kind of have to okay, yeah, you're blocking or not. Another good crushing bow there.
I will have to bring up that I am now officially flabbergasted because he pulled out the meter gaining special move fully at meter. So maybe the intention was to pull it up and then just send an EX projectile and just get started.
Yep, no, that's also a really smart move there to do that, right? If you want that meter, right? Resources are very important here in Mortal Kombat 11, especially when it comes to amplifying and even making your opponent guess what you're about to do.
There it is, just coming back. Oh nope, goes around hit.
Jumping over the bullets there.
Uh-oh.
Not looking good, goes for the grab.
That was kind of
And that was a
absurd.
brutal.
You can't see it, but I certainly can. Oh my goodness, that was domination. That was full control.
Very full control. I think that that was a very fun match to watch.
But of course, if you're ready for everything, that also means that Charain is also going to be ready for everything. Let's see if he can fight this fight here. You see a lot of the neutral jumps, but we haven't seen any of the screw-uppers from Brian F just yet.
Yeah, that's going to be huge here. If that comes up, Charain doing a great job at pressing buttons at excellent ranges. Until Brian F moves in, he's got the corner. There's important to see the anti-air.
Yes. Yeah, especially against a character like Vega, who has a very fast jump as well.
That range is tough. Oh, too far.
Oh, okay, now air to air.
Escape. Yeah, play out of here.
You know, those are kind of a nice situation, because even if you get hit out of the air, you get into an air reset. But look at this, Charain! Back-to-back command throws.
Oh, stealing a turn. Brian F with the V-shift out. Okay!
Oh, he didn't have the meter. He didn't have the meter for the EX. Here comes Brian. Delayed button, but then gets the counter hit combo afterwards. Brian F surviving that one. I feel like Charain thought maybe he was going to build the meter for the EX on the juggle after the V trigger. The counter hit.
Wow. Well, Brian escapes that round, and that's good to see from him. Yeah, this spot right here, that character's got a plus frame, third screen button. Palm up. The walk speed to make it count as well. Oh, that's punished. Here's Brian.
Yeah, but if you're Charain, you can't feel discouraged, because that was a really great round for yourself. Oh, punishes it properly, and Brian F is going all in with the offense now. How much damage can he get out of this? He's got 1 bar. Is it going to be enough? Not quite, but then just goes for the light chain into a low and caught Charain standing up, and now Brian F ties it up 1-1. And you can see the difference it makes when he makes his character change.
And not just that, but Boxer, look, strong character for sure, in general. But he also is easily applied in situations where you want to be safe and not take risks. And some of what we saw from Brian there, including in the ending series, is him just doing very safe stuff. Pressing buttons when it's your turn, right? Plus frame situations, not really taking big risks in neutral, and Boxer can really shine in that style. So he doesn't need to take risks, and that's good, because Charain is, when there have been risks, it's basically been Charain dominant.
Plus frame set up there. He's trying to get that stun, but Charain will be safe from that, but he is down a lot of life right now. Okay, good check. Got 2 hits, but not going to get much off of that. Yeah.
Really? Okay, wow.
All right. Got the trigger 2 activated. Can he find the time to land it? He's been pretty successful on getting the parry, basically.
Yeah, he has. Said it a couple of times. Puts it back on, not quite there. Plus frames for Brian. Charain tried to challenge.
Still has that trigger, but you can see it draining. Caught him from the other side, goes for the reset. Got caught low, plus frames. Ah, there it was. He did it on the plus frames. What a smart decision by Charain. But even more smart by Brian F to be aware that he could have tried to go for the parry in between those buttons.
It is safety first offense for Brian right now. He's not taking risks, and it's really paying off.
Yeah, we had said how Charain had been basically 2 for 2 with that parry up to that point. So Brian definitely aware that he is willing to go for that.
Okay, blocking is important to see here for Charain. He tried something.
Wasn't a counter hit though.
Really trying to make the same medium happen. And it's a good one.
So interesting that Charain goes for the rolling crystal flash just in the middle of neutral like that. Like I said, it's definitely punishable, and Brian F showed earlier he has that punish timing down now. A lot of meter on the side of Charain.
A lot of gray life on Brian's side. And again, just escaping out of there. Here it is. OP comes for Charain. And Brian, look, just blocking it out. He is not taking risks. I feel like he would have taken a grab there. He is absolutely playing this safety first style.
Take the throw, man. There's a reason we say it, dude.
Get out there. What a jump over.
Wasn't able to punish in time because I think he went with the wrong jump attack choice. But Charain here still has the...
Oh, he did it! He did it! And just like that, it's match point now between Brian F and Charain to make winners finals of their pool.
Final game, final round. Who's going to advance forward? Is it going to be Brian F or is Charain going to come in here? And for a lot of people, will probably consider an upset. But like I said, how do you know?
The wrists are finally coming out from Brian, and they were all working. Look at that orange bar. Charain's in big trouble.
All right, activation, yeah. All right, finally the stun going away, so he's safe from that. But he's got a lot of work to do at this point. Brian F coming in there with the shimmy to end it out. Brian F surviving after the Oro did not work out, was able to come back 2 games in a row and take it over Chadain.
If you're a player who's trying to learn how to play in tournaments, by which I mean not just get good at the game, but how do you approach the like meta strategy of tournament play, that is a fantastic set to look at and to learn from by Brian F. So in game number 1, he uses a character that he likes. It doesn't go well. Okay, go back to the character that, by the way, he doesn't hate. I don't want to make it seem like he hates. But it's stronger and makes that work. And then in the first game with his boxer, he was very safe. He was patient. He didn't take risks. He didn't even overextend. He didn't even extend sometimes, even when it was actually his turn, right? By many matchups. And he learned through that time how to approach when it felt like him, likely to him that Shireen would move, likely that Shireen would press a button. And that then paid off in the sudden strategic switch to being extremely explosive in that final round. So to go from you lose to, okay, maybe I'm playing safely, I'm not taking risks because I need to make it through this game, and then you have learned what to do, and in the very final round, you put that into practice, and you could see the result of how explosive that was and how, Brian F really dominated in that end.
Yeah, you remember in the Alpha B match how I was saying, like, you can change it up all of a sudden from defense to offense or offense to defense. And I was saying that I don't feel like Alpha B needed to do that. Well, Brian F, that, like you were saying, perfect example of that. He was playing very careful. Then all of a sudden in the last round, threw a completely different look at him and caught Chadain off guard. And yeah, so Brian F is in the winners finals of his pools. But look at this. Man, this has got to be winners finals of this pool.
It is, yeah. I'm going to verify that, but I believe that is correct.
Oh, I see. So it's not Chadain. It's actually Chade Honduras. Chade HN.
Oh, all right. Well, our bad.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, we got all capital letters over here on our thing, but on Smash start.gg, we could see the uppercase and lowercase.
Well, shout out to the Honduran scene.
Yeah, apologies. Apologies. I definitely always try to make sure I pronounce the names correctly.
Absolutely. All right, so Smug. On the 1-player side, we got Integra on the 2-player side, and I'm just going to make sure that this is in fact winners finals, and yes, it is winners finals. So again, both have qualified for the next round by making winners finals. However, big difference between winning this set and qualifying for the next round, winners versus losers, and then that's a tough spot to be in. Yeah. Your road is literally twice as long to making grand finals if that's going to happen for you. And nobody wants to be in that spot. So big one on the line right here.
Yeah, of course, Smug, one of the most popular players, one of the most popular Twitch streams of the fighting game community. But Integra, who has been a Ken loyalist pretty much forever. He's been playing Ken all the way throughout Street Fighter 4, all the way now through Street Fighter 5. And as we said, Ken might be the strongest Shoto in the game right now.
Yeah, if in your mind Luke is not a Shoto, then
see, yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah, I think personally that's my take.
I'm just talking about dudes who fight in that karate gi,
Dudes who do it as Shotos. Well, right now it's all Smug, and Integra's been caught in the corner. He's got that trigger too. He's hoping to react or confirm, but the reactions come instead on Smug's side.
Round 2. Fight.
All right,
so what's good about Ken, right? So he's got all these great counter pokes, and it's a big jump. And the thing is, whenever this dude hits you, he is getting Oki. He's getting dash in, he's getting a V-skill in, and he is right on top of you. The corner carry is excellent. The damage is great. He's got a good V system. He's got good options all across that.
Yeah, a lot of the things that made him strong in Season 1 are kind of back for him, basically. Because in Season 1, I mean, obviously, if we had played the game for a very long time, Ken might not have stayed at the top in Season 1, but he was really strong for a long time in that game.
I feel like it's for a different reason in my mind, in the sense that in Season 1, he was explosive and damaging, but hit confirms hadn't really evolved in the same way yet. And now, when he hits you with a crouching medium kick, he has approximately a year to hit confirm into something else. And so that's really dangerous. That range is really dangerous. You see Smug playing around it. Yes, he wants to be active and pressing buttons, but if he's not, he wants to be outside of that range.
Yeah, it's so interesting that single hit confirm has become such a major part of this game.
Oh yeah, huge. Integra finds it.
Okay, doesn't go for the full. So saves a bunch of that meter there, goes for the fake.
Smug's here. And Integra again needs to find some hit, but the way Smug's playing is that his nice convert.
All right, he's gonna get the juggle here. Not gonna build up for a meter, isn't gonna get the super afterwards. Fakes again. He has not gone for the throw on that situation yet. And every time Smug has been patient, I think Integra was thinking, you know what, you're gonna expect the throw this time for sure. And no, so let's see if he tries to go for the throw next time, but then Smug might be like, nope, you know what, you're gonna go for the throw this time.
Always impressed with Smug's defense. It's a huge part. Oh no, the lack of confirm!
Okay, plus, but no one
Big
pushing
chance
very
for Integra.
hard.
He's got the corner. He's got a bunch of meter to make things plus as well. And Smug, what a stolen turn and dash in!
Yeah, and gets the back throw, but now Integra with the back throw. They are fighting for this back throw again!
Hey, Integra! Again, okay, always.
Oof, just got caught low, gotta watch your legs. Not a counter hit.
What an offensive V-Rev is not going to be enough. Smug, what a fantastic match played by Smug. His spacing was great. The offense was great. His defense, like I said, I'm always impressed with Smug's defense. When he needed it, it was there. He looked really good. Again, both of them qualify for the next round. They're both made it out of pools, but Smug did it in winner's side and Integra in loser's side.
And honestly, that last throw there from Smug, he knew it was gonna kill. Yeah. He had that scoped out, and he went for the back throw, because if it didn't kill, he would have put him out of the corner and put himself into the corner in that situation there. So Smug with, you know, maybe not necessarily the greatest of ease, doing a lot of the math in there, is like, yeah, that should be enough. That should be enough, and got the regular throw and was able to, you know, finish it off.
Part of why I like that offensive reversal that we called out towards the end of that thing is that not only do you get Oki after that, it's really nice, but you've also now dealt Grey Life, but Grey Life is totally fine to kill when you actually land the hit or the grab. And so that puts you just in a really good spot. You turn the opponent's offense immediately into your own offense and your potential kill situation right away. So very, very smart usage of the resource by Smug, who again moves on through.
Yeah, but again, Smug, you know, one of the most popular fighting game streamers out there. If you're enjoying fighting games, if you're watching this and you're like, I really kind of want to get into this fighting game community thing, you know, one, please do. Hey. It's awesome. And two, you know, check out Smug's channel, Smug the Beast.
Personally, as an old, I don't watch his stream, but I do watch his YouTube channel in the morning over coffee.
Nice.
That's how I get by. Wake up the next day.
Yeah, either way works, man. Either way works for this, you know, YouTube or Twitch. For the content creators out there. And of course, coming up next, we're going to have Merlin versus Afsana. So these are two players that I am not as familiar with here. And they're going to be going up against each other here, continuing along in the B section of the pools here for Street Fighter V. And I'm trying to, I'm really curious to see where these two players are from here. Actually, they're both from the U.S., so we've got both two U.S. players. Again, you know, as I mentioned, we're definitely going to have the bulk of the players from the U.S. as EVO is in the U.S. But again,
sure, that's how it goes.
A very, very global event regardless, you know. So again, shout outs to everybody who has made it out here from all over the world. I know it's very difficult to travel out here when you're, you know, jet lag and, you know, a lot of players try to make sure they come out a couple of days early so they can get used to the sleeping schedule and such. And so, shout outs to everybody who did make it to EVO this year from overseas, from out of the country, to enjoy some amazing fighting game action.
So this is Pool B82. On one side is 801 Strider, who we saw before. He'll play against Jet Set to make winners finals. On the other side This is the pool that has Chris T in it. And you'll notice that Chris T is not on stage right now. In fact, it looks like Merlin has made it past Chris T.
Wow.
And so winner of this between Merlin and Afsana will make winners finals as well.
Okay, so whoever wins this one goes up against whoever wins between 801 Strider and Jet Set.
Correct.
Interesting, and yeah, Chris T going down to Merlin, so curious to see what character Merlin plays. Looks like we are going to get a Nash. And here, Afsana going with the Dalsum. Now, you know, we joke about it and everything like that, but in all seriousness, Dalsum is one of the strongest characters in the game right now. And, you know, do I expect someone like Mr. Crimson top 8, Arturo Sanchez top 8? I would be shocked if there was not a Dalsum in top 8. Honestly.
I do think that the character is great, and I think that several players have a great chance to make it through into the top 8 with him. So I'm with you in spirit, if not in literal text right there.
If you stand in my
Nash
way,
is a great character as well. I really like what they have done with the character. They've given him much more presence when it comes to about like a third to 1/4 screen with some footsie as options. They've given him way better tools when it comes to pressure as well.
And you know what the thing about it is, if you've been playing Street Fighter V since Season 1, you really kind of haven't seen Nash since Season 1. So, you know, if you're not as familiar with the character, maybe Chris T just doesn't have the Nash experience and got caught off guard by the character. But Afsana right now is just running through Merlin to start here.
Yes, and interesting to see the attempted challenge. So this is the corner control I was talking about. He's got really good variety of whether he continues on EX like that. Yes, he's got pressure there. He's got the 3-framer nowadays. He is really strong up close.
Yeah. Oh! Oh no, we gotta watch out for Chip now. He's gonna, he didn't go to the super.
Oh no! The classic error. It was gonna happen at some point, and unfortunately it happens now.
Well, I did see it happen from second player, I think, because yeah, you see 2P pause menu up there, and the rules are generally that you can't really debate it.
Yeah, at EVO, it's not up to the players.
And so, yeah, I mean, honestly, if Merlin actually accidentally hit that button, he loses this round. He just loses this round. There's, again, the reason why we don't let the players get to decide whether they continue or not is because there's kind of that, like, unwritten pressure that you just let it rock. You know what I mean? And so, like, if you don't, people are like, oh, you jerk, why, you know? And so you just make it so that no matter what, you take the round. So it's not up to the players to make that decision.
So Merlin Nash takes round number 1. He's got the corner just like that. Look, very quickly. Yeah, nicely timed. Oh, challenge attempted.
Yeah, a challenge right there again. Yoga Gale being one of the best tools in terms of plus on block. Always has been.
Oh, he's ducking though. I'm not sure this is going to connect. Yeah.
Okay, and you know, I kind of like that decision right there from Merlin. Maybe he wasn't sure what he could have gotten.
Yeah, I think that's right. You can grab, but I think that's right if you're not 100% sure.
Oh, no. And, you know, to be fair, like, Afsana's teleport game has really been causing Merlin a lot of problems. And I feel like Afsana lost. I mean, we know why he lost the round with the pause. They were both at 0 health.
Yeah.
But it was mostly when Merlin got Afsana into the corner and just caught him with a bunch of plus frames that Merlin didn't seem to be familiar with.
It's definitely a very movement-heavy Dalsum. It's a very pressure-heavy Dalsum, trying to go in a lot.
Did you see Afsana? Yeah, after blocking EX Sonic Boom the first time, he hit a button and he died. And you know what? Merlin's got to know he can get a free juggle off of that crouching medium punch. He is missing out on some potent damage.
Oh! Again, you see Merlin maybe trying to challenge there. Oh,
that's not a juggle. He hit him out of the air.
Big chance now as Afsana has activation point ready as well. If he gets a chance, I don't know. Merlin's pressuring here. Holds on to it. Overhead for the game.
And again, I had talked about how Afsana was learning to block after that EX Sonic Boom. And you know what? Merlin read the exact same thing. And so that last time EX Sonic Boom, he saw Afsana blocked it the previous 2 times. And so he was like, now I'm going for the throw this time. And it's always scary because it's always that weird rule of 2, right? It didn't work twice. Let's go to the other option.
You never know. Hoping to catch Merlin off guard. All right, grab starts things out. The way that he has taken around and been close to 2 others is through this offensive pressure, so I'd love to see him continue.
It's like I said, the teleports have really been just causing Merlin a lot of headaches right now.
Yeah,
but,
other side. Oh boy!
Drops a combo! Oh boy. Now, look, I'm going to say this right now. We talked about how there's different aspects to playing tournaments more than just outside the game.
Round 2.
You know Afsana's thinking about that pause. You know he's thinking about that pause, and he lost the last game, and he's down 1 game right now. This is where, as a tournament player, you have to be clutch. You have to forget about that even happened at all, and just move forward. Yes, exactly. Oh, he's the meaty.
I'm telling you, this character's got some good frame traps.
Okay, speaking of, plus frames again, and yeah, throw once again.
Uh-oh.
Okay, but
yeah, once you let this V-Trigger 2 rip,
I'm
gonna cut it. This offensive mix-up stuff has been what's done it. Oh, some risks taken, but they pay off.
Might have been minus on that slide. He just
yeah,
wasn't ready for it. Oh, he didn't shoot it yet. There it is. Now it's coming back. Thing never goes away.
Not if you keep bouncing it like that.
Oh boy.
He was going for the juggle and it would have been sick, but it was not quite close enough to make that work. So it's match point for Merlin.
Oh boy, here we go. Final game, final round. Merlin and Afsana. Oh no, actually not final game. Sorry, my bad. That's right. Afsana has not taken a game yet.
No, and he's in trouble right now.
Yeah, there's a stud. Look at all that meter. It was just 1 hit. No, where's the super cancel?
That's gonna work.
Okay, but he's still down a lot of health, and now, corner position.
Yeah, actually a great spot. Is that gonna hit?
Plus
no.
frames, and it goes for the throw again. Merlin with the proper reads, and he is gonna take it. And now, that mental damage that I was talking about, Afsana has to take into the loser's bracket with him right now, thinking to himself, man, if that pause didn't happen, maybe I'm still in winner's side. You know what? Don't even think about it. Don't even sweat it. It happens, right? So
easier said than done, but you're
right.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, as a person who stuff like that happens to, and I won't forget it for like 10 years, you know? Oh, man.
I hear you, man. Yeah, look, that was, I think, in part a case of Afsana really wanting to hold on to the V-trigger meter. Some of those situations where he died were basically that he was caught in the corner. And again, Nash has good frame traps, and that's what killed him, right? Grab, that kind of pressure in the corner. We did see in game number 1 that he V-reversaled out of Nash, doing boom into the follow-up.
Yeah.
And that's, if you expect the follow-up, that's a free way to get out. So that worked, but he didn't want to go back to that. He wanted to have the trigger and play the offense. And unfortunately for him, that was not what he needed to do.
I mean, for Dhalsim, too. I mean, one of the reasons why he is so strong right now, and it's so funny, too, because one of the reasons why I tease Dhalsim players so much is because they nerfed him when they introduced V-Shift. Because in their documents, they were saying, like, V-Shift is really good for Dhalsim.
Yeah, it is.
And so a lot of people, before we figured out how V-Shift applied to everything, were just like, oh, my gosh, Dhalsim, they nerfed him. He's unplayable now. And then it turned out he's still pretty good.
He is good, yeah. You're right that they gave him some nerfs, but what's funny is that some of those nerfs are actually also like maybe buffs. So like one way is that stand medium kick pushes back less. But that also means that now you get to press stand medium kick a lot of times and build a lot of gray life if you make the right call that they're not going to be moving in those situations. You still have stand strong to cover some of the same idea as stand medium kick previously as well. So you have kind of like maybe more options kind of. And then the way that Gale works now, yeah, it pushes him backwards in a little different way than it did before. But you can also use that to your advantage too for some setups. So a little nerfed, but also maybe a little buffed. And also in terms of the game-wide mechanics, definitely been helped. So I agree, man. I think Dhalsim is very strong.
I mean, one of the biggest nerfs that came with that V-shift patch was when he was flying, he gets knocked down by normals.
Yeah.
And that's something that I felt like wasn't taken advantage of, but it doesn't matter anyway because,
How often is that coming up? I mean, you can play a certain style of Dhalsim where you're teleporting in unsafe ways. Not very common at the high level. And when it comes to even things like the V-skill float, that is most commonly used at range. And if you're using it in a range, the point of the move is to not be in range for the opponent's attacks.
Right.
Like, that is the point of float. So if the opponent beats float, like, congratulations, but like that means the Dhalsim player also did something wrong.
Right.
So you know, it is a nerf, that's true, but it's, I think, not super consequential. Again, I'm happy with the character as somebody who formerly played Dhalsim a lot and still really enjoys watching him. I'm happy about that, but I'm also happy about the sense that, like, he's good without being too good. It's not like previous versions of Dhalsim. When Dhalsim's been top tier, if this is your first Street Fighter game, you're like, Dhalsim top tier. Even if you played SF4, Dhalsim top tier. When Dhalsim has been good in the past, he has deleted characters from the game. In Super Turbo, some of the cast is just not doable. All right, you better switch away.
Best dive kick in fighting game history,
Right,
Super Turbo, right?
That character's got a dive kick that hits low against some characters.
And it hits at every range. And do you know how plus on block that dang thing is, dude? Oh, my
So when he's been good, he's been extremely good. And it's not like that. He's just a good character. I'm really happy about the state of that. And as you said earlier, I'm really happy about the state of the game in terms of balance in general.
I mean, look, Nash. Look at what we just saw from Nash over there. Really, really well done. And again, that's a character who we always have got his legs chopped off in season 2, and now look at him. He's back. He's really strong. And again, it's great to see the state of this game. I remember when Street Fighter 4 ended, you know, I was happy with the state of the game, but Elena, you know, Fuerte, a lot of people had problems with those characters and such, but I don't feel like that's the situation with 5 at all. Like, the way that this has ended, and shout outs to Matsumoto-san and Nakayama-san for doing some amazing work with the battle design and everything like that. And Street Fighter 5 is in a great position, honestly.
My mental map of the last several matches is that we did not see the same character twice at all. I believe we saw every single time different characters. So it's just a little insight.
Oh, we saw 2 Mikas.
2 Mikas is all we got.
Yeah.
And nobody thinks Mika's the best.
Yeah.
So look, she's good. That's how the game is. It's in a great spot. I hope you guys are in a great spot too, enjoying EVO. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back with more Street Fighter 5 very shortly.
Shoutouts to Astro Gaming, the audio partner of EVO 2022, providing audio for EVO tournament stations with their A40 headsets.
Check out the latest apparel from Tenno. Brand new officially licensed products featuring Tekken, Guilty Gear, the King of Fighters, and some of your favorites from the fighting game community like Eris from Avoiding the Puddle, Tasty Steve, Exo Academy, and more. You can scan the QR code or visit 10-o.gg/merch.
All right. Pretty sure we got everything straightened out. So I want to say straight away, thank you so much for your patience. We are now back here for EVO 2022. Mortal Kombat 11 action is just about to continue. So thanks again. My name's Ketchup, joined by Wonder Chef. And I mean, dude, like, we'd spent the last year or so, maybe more, doing a lot of this together, but online. And now here we are offline. Feels kind of good.
Yeah, it's been a little bit more than a year, but I'm so happy because it's been a long time. You know, like I said, I think it's been literally since the previous EVO for us two. And we are finally here. We're finally in place. You know, this has been the first, I would say, like grassroots fighting game event that I've been to basically since then. So I'm just super, super excited that we're here. And the first set of pools was really good. Just so that everybody knows too, we have been playing through the second set of pools. Of course, the players always come first, 100%. So nobody got delayed because of this. It was just, unfortunately, we didn't get to see some of the matches, but we can get right into the juicy matches because we've got some good players that have already moved through some of the pools, or you know, maybe we're starting a few different other pools. It all depends on how we're going. But you should see a very familiar face on stage already.
Forever King versus Polyglot Swag. So Forever King really been around for years and years and years, at least 10 years at this point, but has always just had that element of Netherrealm fundamentals, and that goes an extremely long way. I think currently playing a lot of Sub-Zero. Gonna be honest, don't know how much he's able to sort of like actively grind, because he's kind of just been doing a lot of real life stuff, you know? I mean, definitely in pretty much the best shape of his life, it looks like. And I know that following him on social media, he's been really big into like fitness and taking care of himself. And I mean, if you're gonna revisit and play some MK11, Sub-Zero is a very good character to do that with.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, you know, it's a little bit of like a deep story here, but you know, he posted it himself. So if you want the full story, I'm not going to go too far into it. But Forever King had some problems, you know, with his hands recently, so that had stopped him from grinding quite as much as he wanted to, up to a point. Of course, like I said, you can go follow him on socials and stuff to see his whole story. But it's great to see him competing again. You know, like you said, literally over a decade of competition. Literally know this man back from Mortal Kombat 9 days. So it's, oh my God, look at him flexing. Oh
come
my
on,
God, come on!
Someone censor that.
That's pre-game intimidation.
Well, we'll find out if it's going to work or not, because as we now move forward, we're sending a message, starting things off with a raw slide. And we are going to get a nice little ice ball there, so Rising Ice coming out to play, and the overhead. I mean, we're kind of getting a perfect demonstration of what this Sub-Zero is going to look like early on. Forward 2 on its own, a grab as well, and the low. We've pretty much had the entire bingo card at this point. Let's go.
Yep. Okay, one more mix-up. Oh, no, never mind. It's just the low again. I wanted to see, like, flawless block or something like that just to complete the trifecta, or not, or quadfecta. I don't know what 4 is exactly, but this is what we expect from Forever King, of course. And I love seeing this variation with the Rising Ice. Of course, we love Rising Ice. Gives you so much damage. Such a valuable move. Oh, froze the shadow kick. That's super unfortunate. And there we go. We see the Rising Ice getting the hard knockdown in the corner.
Another mix. There's that 1-2. Lovely confirm on that low. So a full combo here for Forever King. And I mean, Rising Ice, especially in the corner, certainly doesn't tickle. So 40%. Counter hit as well. And kind of feel like I blinked and missed that one, Chef.
Yeah, that may be one of the fast...
Oh, come on! No, King, we're already behind. Don't mercy people.
Oh, no. And it's over once again. That happened so fast that we almost missed the post-mercy gameplay. But, I mean, again, you know, this is sometimes how it looks when Sub-Zero's playing. This isn't to say that Polyglot Swag didn't play correctly. Just sometimes you just don't guess right. And with over a decade of the ability to mix, you know, the history of mixing from Forever King, he knows exactly what he needs to do to end this quickly. So I really want to see something, you know, some offense come out of Polyglot Swag, because there almost wasn't even that much we could say about that last game.
King just did 2. I mean, look, my man is having some fun right now. That's what we're seeing. Now, unfortunately, starting things off, that was definitely more than likely going to be creeping ice, I think that was. One of the issues, I suppose, is that forward 2-4. If it completely whiffs, you just, you know, end up in a bad situation. Don't even know why I'm talking about it, because this round's over. Now, clearly, different experience levels perhaps going on right now. Forever King is having a good time and really playing so against the grain that I don't know how anyone can even be ready for that. And, oh, that's the third one.
Oh, and yeah, that is just so much damage, of course. Just have it already set up with such a fast round. It's really impressive, to be honest. Usually it takes until game 3 because you just don't want to be able to spend that much meter. You want to just mix in a mix, but oh my gosh, the second hit of 4-2-4 hitting, and that's going to be it. This is going to be a flawless. So we're going to see another Mercy. We're just going to see a long full combo. Okay, no Mercy. Why Mercy the first game and not the second game? I don't understand. Why go through that effort?
Whether or not he was going to Mercy was entirely dependent on whether he did that 1-2-4 crushing blow. Because if he spent it and then Mercy, that would have made no sense. But the second he didn't, I was like, oh, okay, he's going to go Mercy then. But never mind. As I said before, though, I think there's definitely like an element of experience levels here. Just, you know, you got to be used to fighting Sub-Zero, especially at this caliber. There's really a lot going on here that the block button would be able to deal with, but you need to know that sub you're fighting, it's this kind of matchup, it's this kind of player. I think Forever King kind of knows he's got this one in the bag.
Oh, okay, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I haven't even seen that special. We didn't even see that existed.
I'm going to be honest, mate, I completely forgot he had one, so.
Me too. But landed against Forever King on the EVO stage, which is already kind of a big dub. Oh, but that's going to be the round. Oh, no, it's not the round. Wow, I highly misjudged that damage. Going to have to avoid chip somehow. Nice jump kick.
Got to be careful, though, because you've only got one hit at last breath. Not that it matters, because that's immediately going to bring Forever King into a rather dominant match point with the way things are currently going. Nice little jump in there. No kind of punishes on anything, and when the punishes have come through, we're seeing things like raw Fatal Blow. This is kind of what I mean by I think there's just definitely a different level of experience here, but I mean, that's what EVO is all about. Especially these early stage of pools where, look, if you want to get involved and you want to start playing, it is what it is, you know. Hopefully you have a good time. Whether you have a good time against this kind of Sub-Zero, I guess, remains to be seen, but I'll blame Forever King for that.
To be fair, though, like I was saying, you know, we might see something similar for this match if Forever King was playing a good player, you know? That's
did he flawless block that?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did. That was just who knows the flawless block timing on a Johnny Cage Fatal Blow? Whoever even lets that go, oh my gosh. Oh, the awkward handshake, the hand into the fist. That's the true mix-up. That's the sign of a good Sub-Zero player, when your opponent can't even guess what you're doing when you're handshaking them after the game.
I think the mix-up gets a little bit more extreme these days too, because, you know, some people only do fist bumps now, some people don't shake hands, and I guess with the way things currently are in the world, everyone has their own, you know, choice over what they do and don't do. So that mix-up just becomes even more brutal. It's that classic fighting game of, you know, we go to shake hands, and then we go to shake, and then halfway through, yes, someone gives it some of that, and then if someone's still got their hand out, it's like, well, what do we do here? Everyone's watching it.
It's too fast, and somebody grabs their fist, and then
oh,
you're like,
that's the worst. That's the worst. I think if there was a logo for fighting games, it would be that.
Oh, that's
it would
actually
literally
really
be that.
There's some sort of like clever logo within that, like paper beats rock. I said that backwards.
Yo, it's the logo of many meanings.
Yeah. There's okay. We've got something going on there. All right, next company. We're gonna start a new company. But oh my gosh, wait. No, who is that? For a second I thought I recognized him, but maybe I didn't. Let's see who's up right now. Pulse and Sunny 12K. Okay, so I don't actually know these players. Sorry, I was mistaken when I saw them on camera.
I mean, Pulse certainly rings a bell for me. I've been seeing Pulse around.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's Pulse. I'm a fool.
You had me second guessing myself because Pulse is a gamer tag I've seen more than once. But if it's MK and it's Pulse, I'm like, I mean, I don't know, Chef. I'm pretty sure that's Pulse.
I know. I threw myself for a loop because I was thinking about the other players.
But I will bring you this. I have not seen Pulse play this game in some time, so I don't really know what kind of characters we're going to be expecting here. I don't know what level of familiarity. Because, I mean, hey, there's one very, very important element in this offline space for EVO 2022, is that the version of Mortal Kombat 11 that we're playing is so insanely different to how it was before. Because, you know, first year of EVO for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
And that was before Aftermath. That was before Ultimate. A whole bunch of new characters now, but I think really the custom variation system.
I mean, the previous EVO was before even the third variations came out.
Yeah.
That's wild to think about that. I was actually looking at some of the footage they playing in the breaks, and I saw somebody do the old Garrus combos, the faster 2-1-2, and I was like, or forward 2-1-2, and I was like, oh my gosh, what an era. And that is no longer the case. But yeah.
Deoxys and the Gauntlet shenanigans.
Oh, I mean, that was really cool, actually. I kind of missed that. I would watch Deoxys play literally any game ever, I think. He somehow finds a way to make everything entertaining. But, oh, we can actually see the variations being picked right now, so we get a little bit of a sneak peek. Pulse playing the Jackie, maybe. We're kind of spoiling, right? I'm kind of spoiling for people. But at least I'm glad that we can see the moves. You know, this is actually the first time that I've commentated offline Mortal Kombat since custom variation games have come out.
But speaking of custom variations, I did see... That's a Joker variation I've never seen used. It was the Batsy Pew Pew, it was the parry, and it was the corpse trot. I've never seen a Joker player put all of those together, but, you know, looks like we're going in for a button check, so maybe it could have been just any variation kind of just in a mishmash, and we might see a more traditional one later.
You know, it is possible, but also Joker is a character that in a weird way is like still being figured out. I know that sounds wild because Joker's been considered like a potentially top 3 character for years at
ever
this point.
since he came out, really.
Yes, literally ever since he came out, even post the like one nerf. But we started to see people like
what nerf? He gets his fatal blow faster now.
Oh, true. Yep, the buff, the easier chance to get a fatal blow for the crushing blows and the pressure and everything. But honestly, everything that Joker has is so good. You don't need any custom moves, and the character's really good, right? So you can do anything with the character. You can do so many different things. And I'm used to seeing Kapow, but it looks like we didn't see Kapow, which is pretty interesting.
No, we didn't. We saw the same variation for the button check. So we got the parry, the projectile, and the corpse trot, which is, I've got to say, never seen that variation before. And I think if you're in Pulse's position and you see that variation, you're going to kind of assume, all right, maybe I've got this one in the bag. And I don't mean that like in a super negative, disrespectful sense.
Right.
It's just that Joker has so many meta variations, and this doesn't really appear to be one of them. You might automatically make the assumption that, okay, well, maybe if I just do my thing, it should be all right. And right now, Sunny getting completely overwhelmed by Jackie, but hey, it's Jackie, innit?
And it certainly is Jackie. It's the first Jackie we get to commentate in this block. Assuming not the last, probably. Of course, Jackie, what was that? Was that an interactable?
So from what I could see in the player cams, I think Sunny's buttons might be wrong. So this is obviously going to be that first game anyway, no matter what. However, I think realistically, there's only so much you can do, right? This game's going to be over regardless because the rushdown's too strong and Sunny's getting overwhelmed by it. If there are button woes, it kind of is what it is, and hopefully we can sort it for the next match.
Yeah, that was actually a little bit of I don't know, like a tell, like showing your opponent that you're willing to dash punch underneath the gunshot recovery. That's kind of like an important thing to show for a game that you might have already won. I know that's kind of a weird thing, right? But when you're in these situations, sometimes you still don't want to give away information, right? You want to show as little as possible. Still, though, I mean, I think Pulse has a pretty heavy heads up here. Oh, it looks like they didn't change buttons. That's pretty surprising.
I mean, it might not be a button thing, but from what I could see on the player cams, kind of looked like something was up. But hey, I mean, we're playing on. Counter hit. See that launch? Yes.
Maybe this is a player that hasn't played since Custom Variations either, and they're like, wait, hold on a minute, am I playing an anime game right now? Am I playing the right game? Am I in the right bracket? Because this character is like air flying at me and mixing me up from the sky, and that's, I think, how we all feel sometimes against Jackie.
Absolutely, you can say that one again, but hey, this is an element of EVO that I missed greatly. Just being able to just look at players that you might not have seen too much and go, hey, look, never seen that before. Let's try and have a think about this on the fly. But what we are seeing right now is just a absolute staple case of this is current Jackie. You know, if you haven't seen Mortal Kombat in some time, Jackie's always been a top tier character, but currently, you know, thanks to custom variations, this kind of grenade launcher variation with the lead, blast, the grenade launcher. I mean, it really is one of the most popular competitive variations that you'll see. And I think honestly, if we were to look at like statistically what the most common tournament variations are these days, I think it's got to be like Cabal with the air jump and hook grab. It's got to be this variation of Jackie, Cetrion with the kind of super variation.
Yeah, the only variation.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they are without question the most picked characters and variation like combos, and for good reason. I mean, they're fantastically strong.
No, yeah. I mean, we have seen a little bit of variance. We did randomly see that one time that one Jackie came in and played with like the old air blast and like did some weird like plus on block restands. That was pretty cool.
I miss it. Jackie has so many cool variations, but we just never see them.
I know.
One of the biggest travesties of competitive Mortal Kombat 11 was just not seeing Jackie players. I mean, look, if they truly believe that this is the best variation, I get it. You know, you're playing to win. You want to get the best results. But I refuse to believe that every single Jackie player out there, that variation was like the one and only.
Yeah.
That there wasn't anything else, you know?
Yeah.
I want to see more rocket launcher, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
It's cool, man.
Okay, the rocket launcher, that's a little bit of a stretch. But
I think it's cool.
I would love to see it. I think it's cool as well. But the player who first figures out how to use that variation well, I will give them, I don't know, something, I don't know, some sort of prize. I can't think of something that would be worthy of that. But so far, we haven't seen anybody use it very well. Like you said, this is the classic. It's also a really fun variation. Honestly, like playing this upgraded-ish Jackie, like being able to move better than every other character in the game is, in its own way, very fun. You know, playing mobile characters is fun.
And that really is a done deal. It's going to be a match point here for Pulse. Sunny having a really hard time kind of just dealing with this version of Jackie, and I can't say I blame him too much, but Pulse one of those players that's always kind of forever a grinder. Really good character to pick here in this competitive setting. I mean, EVO. It's EVO, right? You go with your best tools. If you think this character's going to give you the best chance, by all means, you go for it.
Yeah.
People hating on your character, they're sitting at home. They're not here. They don't know. They don't know how it feels. Oh, wake up! That's a last laugh right there. That's a last laugh.
Well, we also have to, I have to be like honest here though. I mean, it's not to say that Joker can't stand up to Jackie. You know, we can't just talk about Jackie being strong when Joker's on the screen. This is just for sure, you know, an experience difference. And I'm glad that there's some hits being hidden, but yeah, that's definitely a checkmate situation. I'm glad there were, like I said, a few hits in the last moments. Joker definitely can handle that matchup, you know, having like really good disjointed air-to-airs and good disjointed normals to be able to kind of deal with like a max range Jackie in a very strong way. Things like the Jack-in-the-Box that can deal with the air. There are a lot of different options that you have. It's just, there was just really no opportunity in that set to see any of those options. And sometimes you just get run over, you know? Both the 3-0s that we just saw were very, very offensive characters that can even run over like great players.
It's something that you're going to see all the time with this. And I mean, as the tournament goes through, we're going to see more and more of them. Up next, we're going to have Too Easy versus Flawless Seraphim. But not before we go to a quick ad break. So thanks for joining us so far. We'll be back with more Mortal Kombat here at EVO 2022.
Watching and supporting EVO 2022. Speaking of support, you should support our monitor and headset partner, InZone from Sony, the newest brand in gaming gear providing you top-of-the-line equipment. The InZone M9 and M3 27-inch monitors bring you incredible high-resolution and high dynamic range pictures and reactive experience with 144 Hz and 240 Hz refresh rates, 1 millisecond gray-to-gray response time, variable refresh rate technology, and more. On the audio side, their line of headsets includes the InZone H9, H7, and H3 models featuring 360 spatial sound for gaming. The line offers noise-canceling, wired, and wireless options. With dedicated PC software for both monitors and headsets, the InZone Hub enables personalized settings to your optimization. Sharpen your senses with the brand new InZone products and check them out at sony.net/gaming-gear.
Dash up, back throw, the Mochi got called for the corner. Oh, the Merlin, the drill. Are you kidding me? Fun. Oh my God. Fun.
Let's go!
That's what I'm talking about!
Red Bull gives you wings. Hi, this is the quiet car. You don't remember me. Now,
Talk to me.
I'm not the only one doing a job on this train. Enemies. I recognize that guy.
He was in Mexico.
Tequila? Become.
When we get off this train, the White Death waits for you with his army of assassins.
Allies. We need to come up with a plan.
Was that a snake?
It would appear so.
Bullet Train. Exclusively in theaters. Now playing. Rated R.
watching, bear witness! A clash of power and technique! This will be a fierce contest! Who will grasp glory in their hands? Who will eat and who will be eaten? The fateful battle is about to begin! Can you all feel the drama? Their true abilities will be tested! Show me the ultimate fight!
PlayStation Tournaments brings competitive play to all skill levels in the FGC. You can compete for cash prizes, virtual currency, and more. Find your next tournament and sign up at compete.playstation.com.
Gets a nice side switch with a raw Kano ball. Flames on. Put it down, Missy, and he's gonna be burned alive. 40 health. Tries to jump back, kick out enough, and the most air-to-air priority in fighting game existence. I'm not gonna say Mortal Kombat. In fighting game existence, you're not beating that in the air. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, especially when you've got the Vegemite equipped, ready to go. That little flash of laser just kind of like amplifies the range there on downward Kano ball. And that's kind of what you see him. Whoa, he ducked up.
Research has shown that if you spend a lot of time playing online games, you're at higher risk to become a problem gambler later. Especially if you play games with loot boxes and other in-app purchases. So if you're an avid gamer, let's go. I'm the GOAT. Make sure you don't level up your gaming to a gambling problem. Learn the signs at michigan.gov/problemgambling.
Clap your hands.
Later, skater.
Hooray! Hooray!
If you're impaired and you know it, don't drive.
Let's get this started.
Anything to drink? Just water.
Hold on, we're coming!
Yeah.
Water tastes like, well, water. So we fixed it. Mio.
We have to tell everyone that we just switched to Verizon's new Welcome Unlimited plan for just $30.
I've already told everyone.
$30? That's awesome.
It's their best unlimited price ever.
For $30 a line, I'm switching now.
The network you want, the price you love, only from Verizon.
You know, it's a very tough thing to make that comeback. A huge hill to climb, a huge mountain to, you know, climb, if you will, in this situation. Oh, somehow it made the connection. Unfortunate there for Killer Jinnok, not able to really do much with it. A very strange scramble situation in the air. What? A stand 4? He just kind of roundhouse kicks him away into existence.
That's right.
Love the cancel
As
here.
he should.
As he should.
Putting out the big normals now is Conqueror. We've seen him down 4s in the 4-2s. Nice. Last second micro dodge by Killer Jinnok. Look at the damage. The restand. Just check out the down 1. Spawns down 1 is so good. And you've seen Jinnok get away with multiple down 1s. He kept that pressure nice and crazy. Took away the gap on the counter poke. Beautiful stuff there. That Hydro boost so good at getting people to counter poke almost safely. Trying to get a tidal wave. They got hit. And oh my god, the broke away came out in time. Still alive. It's Conqueror in this one. Jinnok needs it to get another game 5 on the board. He's going to be sent full screen here. He has to deal with a lot of projectiles. The tidal wave makes it safe. He needs to be careful of ranged projectiles if he can get it active. It's an amplified shot comes out, and that's it. It's so fast. You have to put so much respect on Rain when he's got the single bar and he's got the guitar, because time can stand still. It's so hard to stop that projectile.
Oh, I definitely see that. It's very, very quick, and in an instant, he's just dead right there. But we got a final round situation here in this game number 4. Killer Jinnok looking for something deep here, going with Spawn, of course, rolling forward. And it looked like Conqueror had the wake up kind of spelled out, called out, if you will. Tried to go for the punishment just a little too late. They're down 2, whiffing for the ages, going for the fences is Killer Jinnok as Conqueror gets that easy whip punish.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage right there. Tries to meet with a tidal wave as well. This is looking bad for Killer. Conqueror. It's just a single couple hits right now from trying to take it. Keeps it safe with the guitar as well. The pushback gets the down 4 check with the guitar, and Conqueror has done it. He has conquered Latin America as a whole to be your Evolution 2020.
And playing at a level higher than I've ever been able to reach. You know, it makes me real proud. However, the final game begins. K-Top and Desarted. Only one EVO champion happens today. Oh, trip guard! And there's a combo.
Okay, no break right now from K-Top. He's gonna hold that 32%. Surely he's gonna break over here after the Rising Ice. No, he's holding his bar. Interesting.
But my heart keeps strong, though my legs keep aching, my voice keeps on, my soul keeps rising as I sing my song.
Hello everyone and welcome back. We're still here in the first wave of pools. I know it's a weird thing to say, but we're here at EVO 2022 from Mortal Kombat 11. And we got to see a few matches earlier. We saw some real pros that we're really used to seeing against some players that we weren't quite as used to seeing. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that coming up next. Looks like we got 2 Easy against Flawless Seraphim.
Now, there is a little bit to talk about with EO 2 Easy, who hasn't really been grinding as intensely for Mortal Kombat recently. And the reason for that is multiverses. Now, that is something that 2 Easy's been going incredibly ham on and has actually competitively been doing really well. I think quite confident, and some would say kind of one of the favorites to get really far in that tournament. Yeah. Now, thankfully, 2 Easy doesn't have that far to go because the Mortal Kombat stage is where we are right now. Multiverses is literally right next to it. So I think he'll be able to just kind of set up shop here and be good to go.
Yeah. No, I've been watching his progress a lot. Me and him actually play the same character. We've both been playing Velma a lot, at least as like our tournament characters. So it's great to see him here. But of course, 2 Easy, primarily coming from NRS games for a very long time. You know, 2 Easy and the OD boys. Of course, 2 Easy making quite the name for himself, currently sponsored right now by Knights. Very, very impressive. Strong player just across so many different games. And, you know, regardless of the fact that he hasn't been practicing, this is a game that people have been playing for a long time now. You know, Mortal Kombat 11's been out a long time, but, okay, going with the Cetrion. I kind of expected the Sub-Zero. I thought that would be the easy pick.
Are we just seeing hat tricks, Lau? I saw the Z hat, so, I mean, one would assume that this is what we're going with. Now, if we're going in with the hat tricks, there's a couple of theories here. There's either played Mortal Kombat back before custom variations, kind of going with what you know, or likely that maybe it's still just a variation that someone really likes. You know, going for the armor break there, clearly there's an extra element here. But you're going up against Cetrion, one of the best characters and best variations. Someone like 2 Easy. If you're a fundamentally sound player, she's really good for this. And if you're in 2 Easy's shoes, there's a reason I think he settled for Cetrion all the way.
Yeah, and also, to be 100% honest, the character that he's been playing in Multiverses is a little bit more of like a zoner type character, so maybe he's just continuing on with the playstyle. You know, that happens to me a lot when I switch over to different games. I'm like, I'm just going to play the character like the character I was playing in the other game. But right now,
why do you think I play Bugs Bunny, dude?
Because you're a bad person.
Because I'm 30 and I grew up watching Looney Tunes. Anyway,
that's fair.
As we now go into the rest of this round, so far, anti-air rock, the trade's really just good for 2 Easy because keeping that full screen presence, nice little throw tech. Doesn't quite manage to get the confirm there, a bit too high up for the rest of the string to catch, but there you go. Caught pressing buttons, a little bit of a trap laid there by 2 Easy and something that Flawless Seraphim unfortunately jumps right into.
Yeah, but I do have to say, you know, the one moment that Flawless Seraphim actually took control of the match, it looked really good. You know, the combo was really clean, the setup was good. Of course, 2 Easy guessed correctly on that Oki situation, but I feel like if Flawless Seraphim does get in and get a knockdown, there's the potential for something to happen in this match. Especially, of course, you know, having the Z hat, it's a very Oki kind of based move. Of course, you got to get in first. Easier said than done against Cetrion.
Preemptively sticking out that standing one on its own, kind of ready for a potential jump out, and that's one element, and yeah, oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
And that's just going to take it away. Now, one of my concerns is, I'm not sure about this variation against this character, purely because full screen, you're not going to get enough. Up close, I'm kind of looking at the fact that Too Easy already has like one game on the board here, and is the kind of player that's not really shy from being able to just press buttons to challenge your offense. So going for like Z-hat stuff. Oh, just really trying to uppercut all day, every day. And Too Easy says, no, mate. This is my set.
Yeah, that was actually a beautiful bait, by the way, on that. Like the dash forward, dash back to try to like pretend that he was throwing. Really like that. Yeah, that's going to be full conversion. Not quite it. Of course, one mix-up away. That might be chip guaranteed at this point. No, not quite, but gets it anyway. And that is a very quick 2-0. You know, going in, this is classic Too Easy, though. Too Easy's biggest strength, in my opinion, is that he's such a flexible player. He will play characters where he can zone, and then the moment he gets an offensive, like, advantage, I guess you could say, like the opportunity arises, he's just suddenly, like, in their face and mixing them. And he shows it a lot with a lot of his characters. You know, he played a very... I want to say like lame Sub-Zero until he could mix you. And then he played Shang Tsung in the very same way, Cetrion the same way. It all just fits his playstyle in that way.
There's a character that's pretty good at fighting Cetrion. Kano's one of the higher characters on that list, I reckon. We've just seen that over and over again. But what kind of variation are we looking at? That's always the question. It can be so game, especially with someone like Kano, who has a million different variations you can play. But straight up Ripper. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm kind of just wondering, prior MK11 experience, but maybe not so much with Ultimate?
That's possible, yeah, because we normally, I think we usually see the bio pull, right, in this matchup. It controls that perfect space that Cetrion wants to be at, and it can punish certain things very, very well.
I'm just mostly thinking the fact that Ripper now is fundamentally a irrelevant variation, because the parry is just, you can take the parry and just give it basically anything better.
Yeah.
So either way, you're going to have to fight off against a Cetrion that's a little bit different to how things used to be, and Too Easy now bringing himself onto match point.
Yeah, very quickly. Again, you know, not being afraid to rush down. That's a really important thing here, but we haven't gotten to see too many Kano things, to be 100% honest. The knives are actually a really good challenge. I like the fact that we're seeing Fallen Seraphim throw some knives from that range, and now the pressure's beginning, but okay, just challenges with down 3.
Quite confident there wasn't going to be an airborne Kano ball there, but I do wonder, you know, Kano's floaty jump, is that next jump going to be one of those kind of mix-ups, you know, jump into Kano ball maybe? Either way, not a lot of time left to figure it out. A clean punish as well, plus frames into even more chip damage. Things are starting to add up, and we are entering Fatal Blow territory, yeah, sure, but what's it going to do?
Yeah, I'm actually, I kind of wish that we saw some more risks taken here from Fallen Seraphim. Like, just raw Cannonball, just do some things to throw Too Easy off because he's too comfortable. And right now, this looks like this could be it. Yeah, guaranteed chip after that back 3 hit at least. The pressure was too much. Fallen Seraphim got in the zoning a few times, but Too Easy just would not let up on that pressure. And that really was kind of the end of it. But I agree with you. I think maybe a player that wasn't as familiar with all of the new stuff that each character could do, because you do see usually, like, you still see the moves from both of those variations, but not all the moves together, right?
Exactly that. Kano's one of the, I would say Kano was one of the biggest winners of what Ultimate brought forward, because now, like I said, there's so many variations you can give the character that is tournament viable and really, really strong, to the point where Kano, I think, now is better than Kano really ever was. But, you know, we have so much to talk about with that. But as things develop. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, what? I was... All right, hang on. Wait a minute.
What? Are you okay?
Up next. Up next. Sonic Fox is about to play. I genuinely thought that Sonic Fox had DQ'd to focus on Skullgirls.
Sonic Fox, I know that they tweeted that...
I didn't think they were going to be here for MK today.
Well, okay, so Skullgirls was in the morning. I watched them play Skullgirls. I was watching it a lot, of course. I'm a big Skullgirls fan. But I know that they played they played Skullgirls in the first set of pools.
What a sight!
Maybe it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if you know, depending on how it goes, you may, drop out, you may continue to play. But I did see that they tweeted or something like that, like they were going to try really hard in all the games. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of funny. I was putting together some profiles for some of the players that would potentially be at EVO a little bit before this. And for Sonic Fox, it was like, what, you know, what's their main game? And I'm like, I don't know, everything.
I think
just
Skullgirls
everything.
currly
It
is
the
the focus, because I mean,
that's actually what I put. I put in parentheses. I put Skullgirls,
Yeah.
parentheses, but basically everything.
But now going up against Illy Silly on stream, but I got to say, this to me is a really, really significant talking point, because Sonic Fox did not really enjoy the online tournament experience for MK11, right? Netcode's fine, there's countless activity going on, but Fox in particular, Fox is an offline player when it comes to NetherRealm, and that's been a factor for a long, long, long time. Because of us being basically online only for 2 years, when offline was happening, Fox was often not really taking part in the events because they're prioritizing other games, other experiences. This is the first time we've seen Fox here, ready to play in a major event for MK11 in some time. And just like that, my bracket predictions have just gone right out the window. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really curious as to who they're going to be playing. Jackie? Or, sorry, not Jackie. Oh my god, Cassie? I immediately sung like that would be surprising.
That's just commentary muscle memory.
I know, just
Jackie would commentate,
if you just close your eyes and say it's going to be Jackie, it's like a 50% chance you're correct. But honestly, Cassie, I was thinking about this the other day. I see so few Cassies, I was afraid that I forgot what her strings were. And that's wild because she used to be, I would say almost maybe the most common tournament character, or one of the most, for a while. And of course, Sonic Fox being kind of the progenitor of the current Cassie playstyle. Ooh, but nice. Gets hit by the ring crushing blow. You know, that's a pretty inevitable crushing blow.
But with a life lead of that caliber, you were able to get an important crushing blow out and win the round. So I don't think Fox was going to be too upset about getting hit by that. Now, Cassie, not a particularly surprising character, I think we need to say, because Cassie's always been there in the back pocket of Sonic Fox. And even with the custom variations, there is some potential there that maybe the people haven't seen, but trust me, I've seen it. And it makes Cassie quite a dangerous character in the hands of Fox. Now, in this first game, we're kind of just seeing a really kind of almost old school match of MK11. That's Sonya versus Cassie. These bullet trades are going to be fantastic for Fox. And, I mean, really, all it takes is a couple more hits here. Maybe one.
Yeah, this is actually a matchup that we almost don't see at all anymore and used to see all the time. Both these characters are a little bit rarer. Cassie, I'd say a little bit more so, but right now it's just coming down to this full-screen zoning game, the fundamental options, and Fox is just taking control. Yeah, wow. Amped it at the perfect time just to get that extra little hit of the second hit of the roll, and that could be potentially punishable if that was predicted, but just making all the right reads. You know, one thing I want to point out, too, is that of course, we've seen Fox use Cassie extremely well in the past, but since then, this is the first time I think that I've seen them use Cassie when the flip became a good move. The flip's a really obnoxious move now. It's very safe, and it can get you into like better corner positioning or just get you out of pressure. It's pretty nice.
That extra jump in drops the combo, though. I feel like that first game we were seeing a little bit of maybe potentially the Fox factor. We do know that the absolute best of the best do sometimes have that ability to make people second guess themselves. And this second game, I think, is Illy Silly thinking, right, wait a minute. Doesn't matter who I'm fighting. I still know what I'm doing, and I know what I have to do in these matchups. And we saw a lot more confidence in that round than the entire last game.
Yeah, and obviously a lot more success, but I mean, it's just with the pressure, right? This is going to be the spot where Sonya does have the advantage in this matchup. You have shorter normals. Your zoning is both good, but you know, you can't really force your damage on Cassie because he's got the low gunshot. So you really have to get up close and personal and start that pressure. But right now, Sonic Fox is the one starting the pressure. Classically plays this character kind of as a stagger pressure type character, like strike throw, and you can see all the jabs just leading into that very well. And the damage just adds up. It's a lot of little hits.
Now, unfortunately, didn't really see much of that confirm, though, when Fox hit that 3-hit. But minor life lead for now. Two characters kind of 950 health. It's not every day you see them go head-to-head here, so a little bit more tender than most with the plus frames. That creates a very scary situation. There's more down 4 plus frames. Again, there's the grab and one good hit. Yeah, there's last breath. Oh! Maybe didn't want to overcommit to that one as now Fox around on the board, and just the fundamentals. Now, I got to say, one thing that we were seeing a lot is online, I think, before when Fox was originally confirmed for EVO, was there was a lot of talk of the town about using kind of only Sub-Zero of all characters. But I think already Fox has kind of just disregarded that thought process. Yeah, I feel like even if Fox is like, right, I'm using this character and all this character, when the tournament's actually live, that was a lovely parry, by the way. When the tournament's actually live, I think some people, especially Fox, like, they want to go with who they know, you know, who the heart tells them to pick.
Yeah, and I mean, Cassie is such a solid character. You know, like, you can play so fundamentally with her. Her anti-airs are amazing. Her footsies are great. She counters on you well. Wow, yeah, got over, but no full punish. And didn't land on it for the KB either, which is scary really on both sides. Nice got back past the spin, but again, that kind of puts Sonic Fox to full screen, which is, it's really annoying.
Oh, we knew it! We knew it! I was literally just about to say, I feel like we're going to be looking for a fatal blow here. And that's exactly what we saw, but that kind of win. Wait, alive? Alive?
Oh no, oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's gonna be unsafe, that's a punish. Oh no! Okay,
Plus frames!
Oh, that was scary. That was actually super scary. Yeah, that almost could have turned the other way. I like that attempt right there, you know. Fox catching the opponent moving with the amp low gunshot earlier, but that time it was kind of in neutral. This time it was more in pressure. So good knowledge there to say, okay, you know what, you checked me here earlier, it's not going to work again. But nice for Illy to take the second game, first game on the board.
That very much to me seemed like the fatal blow was such a kind of layer one answer. You're like, they are not going to do this. There's no way. So you commit to a button, not realizing, hey, look, not afraid to pull the trigger. Now, that's probably, I would go on record to say, probably the only time we're going to see that work in this set, but enough to take a game and put yourself in a good situation, worth it all day, every day. However, knowing that you're in that situation to do something like that, Fox might start playing a little bit differently here, maybe a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more fearless. You know the opponent's on the edge and they're a bit uncomfortable, enough that they would do a fatal blow there. The rest of these games might be a bit different, Chef.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of got to expect it though, right? Like, it's every time that you have a fatal blow or your opponent's like a Sonya with a fatal blow, it's like a jump scare moment. Like, it's gonna happen. You just don't know when. You know, that music starts playing that's like the tense music and you know something's gonna pop out. But yeah, it looked like Fox decided to play a lot more safe in that last game, a lot more reserved. Just playing the neutral game, not trying to get up close and risk anything. And it's working out again. This time though, the pressure is just kind of looping. Of course, the knockdowns from Cassie are quite strong.
And that's kind of what I mean. Works once before, but likely not going to work anymore. But even Fox is laughing.
Yeah.
Fox is like, no. You got away with one. You go in there. No more. We need to see a little bit more control over things, though, right? Now, being able to sit there patiently, wait for your punish opportunity, that's a very, very good start.
It didn't dash cancel out of the ring, just kind of like delayed it. Maybe a little bit of an input error. Of course, it's not the worst thing in the world. You still get the nice kind of hard knockdown. And I'm liking the fact that Illy still able to approach with projectiles kind of in this mid-range, because that's going to be really your best way of challenging those long-range normals that Sonic Fox could potentially throw with Cassie. But the reads are just there for Sonic Fox, just doing the low gunshots even from close up. Now the zoning begins, yeah. Gets the fatal blow, but it's really scary to try to use it in round one when you know it's not going to be enough to even give you the life lead.
Absolutely. Oh! Yeah. Ouch!
Second time now that's happened, and I think that there's a good chance that this comes down to Chip. Oh, the down four, yeah, that's going to lead to that. And actually spends a lot of bar right there on that roll. Might not matter. You know, you're going to build it back pretty quickly after this round starts, but, you know, spending your bar at all right before round ends can be very scary. And, I mean, even worse, I guess, it kind of gave Fox the corner advantage.
And Fox will be happy to take those trades, right? It was 2 amplified projectiles versus, you know, my regular meterless ones. Now Sonya's going to have a little bit more of a rough time here building those resources back as Fox is continuing to just kind of zone this out, really. Tries to whiff punish in between, maybe a little bit too eager. However, again, that crushing blow is now gone. So any trade like that afterwards, it's not really going to mean anything. Now there's a confirm. Defensive meter's been used, so this, would have hurt a lot if the combo wasn't dropped. But you know what? We'll call that one a reset. Because in doing so, allowed Fox to land yet another hit here. The GG's. Got to say, good to see Fox back. And going in there with the Cassie, there's always this element of just unpredictability. We know Fox is one of the greatest, well, I mean, really of all time in the FGC, but the greatest NetherRealm player in our time.
Right.
But when you enter a tournament like this and you're using someone like Cassie, no one uses Cassie anymore. You know, and this is always what I've been so interested in by Fox, because Fox will go in with what they believe works for them best.
Yeah.
So, you know, whether it was MKX and really any of the characters before Alien, I guess.
Yeah,
and then Injustice 2, I think, was the real standout example of that, where even the world finals of Injustice 2, everyone's kind of using the same set of characters, and then here we go in with a team of like Black Canary, Black Manta, Joker.
Joker, of course. Joker in Grands to win it. That's classic. Classic Fox, you know, exactly like you said, just picking whatever is most comfortable, even if it's, I mean, obviously not picking like bad matchups for themselves, but it's just about comfortability and being that good to be able to be that good for so many characters. It's fun.
So I do believe we're going to be going in for another ad break here. When we return, we're going to come back with more MK11. The full play continues. Off the back of Fox, we'll see a lot more. Thanks, and we'll see you in a bit.
Shout out to our partner Rushdown Revolt, a free-to-play, fast-paced, and combo-centric fighting game. Experience 10 unique characters, best-in-class rollback netcode, and a fresh take on platform fighter combat. The game's signature spark mechanic lets you cancel any attack into a dash and sets you up to combo opponents like never before. Their alpha is available now on Steam with an open beta release coming August 30th. The beta will have new stages and a new stance character, the chain-wielding assassin Reyna.
What's one award? Is one award enough? Well, the gold medal. Was that enough? Nah. Is one title enough? Nope. What about one sponsor? No way. With every win, you only want more, because enough is never enough.
Girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell.
Time to eat somebody. I am here.
Really? This is what I'm up against?
Here comes the boom! I look good in a monocle.
Looking for a new controller? Our partners at PowerA bring you the Fusion Pro 2 and the Spectra Infinity. The remarkable Fusion Pro 2 wired controller for Xbox Series X and S is packed with pro-level features to give you peak gaming performance and comfort. Featuring a mappable Pro Pack, 3-way trigger locks, and much more, the officially licensed Fusion Pro 2 gives you a competitive edge when gaming on Xbox or PC. The brilliant Spectra Infinity enhanced wired controller for Xbox Series X and S lights up your gaming. This one-of-a-kind gamepad offers tons of color combinations you can customize, plus 3-way trigger locks, dual rumble motors, and more. Officially licensed by Xbox, the Spectra Infinity is compatible with both Xbox and PC platforms. Learn more about both at PowerA.com.
I haven't seen high school basketball this exciting in years.
Let's get out there and make a difference.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm gonna be here forever.
Yeah. I just wanna be free.
New flavors? Worth fanning over. They're great!
Let's enjoy these moments. Made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the concerts going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
A Genie garage door opener opens your garage door safely, smoothly, and quietly. This Wi-Fi enabled opener works with most popular smart home devices. Wherever you plan to go, count on Genie to close your garage door smoothly and quietly. If you can't remember closing your garage door, monitor and control it with the Aladdin Connect app. Genie, the brand you trust.
Hey, backseat passengers. What's your excuse for not buckling up?
Babe, put your seatbelt on.
The number one excuse?
It's just a short trip.
You know what else is a short trip? From the back seat to the windshield. Backseat passengers who don't buckle up are twice as likely to die in a crash as those who do. So instead of making excuses, make your life longer. Buckle up. Every trip, every seat.
All right. Thank everybody. Thanks for checking out the stream. Hit that subscribe button. I will be back on tomorrow, and I'm gonna do Guilty Gear, half Guilty Gear, and half Mortal Kombat. So, and then probably like the end of Street Fighter 5, but that'll be like the end of the day. So thanks for checking out. Hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. If you do play fighting games, just send me your gamer tag and I'll add you. Just let me know what system you're on. I have pretty much every current fighting game on every system, PC, and PlayStation. So thanks to everybody for checking out, and I'll get back with you guys another time. Peace out.